Today we are going to take some normal scrapbook paper and make a grungy fold out tag that is inspired by a video that I watched from Luise Heinzl. Hi, it's Tammy from Frou-frou Studio, and thanks for joining me today. I have a paper pad from Graphic 45 that is called Come One Come All, and it is circus inspired, and it has these vintage circus papers, and I also have the journaling cards that come with it and some of the pressboard pieces. And so I am going to create a tag, a fold out tag, layered. And as you can see, I've already done this part. My spray oxide leaked, and so I have blue fingers. But anyway, I want to do this, try this layered tag that Luise did, and but I don't want it to look like just clean, scrapbook paper pieces, because, the grungy the better as far as I'm concerned. So what I did first of all is I took just one of the 12 by 12 sheets of paper that is in the pack, and I cut it. I think it's 7 inches. Yeah, 7 inches high, and then it's all the way across, and I folded it in thirds like this to get my tag. Now this is a little wider than a normal tag. It is 4 inches wide, and the reason I did that is because I want to use one of these journal cards as one of the layers, and they're a little wider. So all I did, like I said, I folded it in thirds. I used a little corner stencil that I had, and I put some texture paste in each corner to do this little flower pattern, and then I sprayed it with the oxide spray, hence the fingers. And then I used a brush like this, and I put the stencil back on, and I brushed it over with some abandoned coral to get kind of that corally color. Then I inked everything up with walnut stain and also with vintage photo. And then I crinkled it all up, so it would loosen it up some, and it's not as firm as what a normal piece of scrapbook paper would be. And so this is what I've ended up with. Oh, and I, of course, trim my corners, and I poke the hole, but I only poke the hole in the first piece. All right, this inside is going to be our writing area where we want to do our journaling. So I'm going to do it first, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of coffee dyed paper, and I'm going to tear it, and then I'm going to place it inside, just so it's easier to write on. So I'm going to tear the edges off this, give us a good start. And I'm not worried about, this being even or anything like that. And I'm kind of gonna, I think what I'm gonna do is kind of angle it so that it comes down kind of like this. And then go across the bottom about right here. little piece off right here. Okay, and then I'm going to take vintage photo and go around the edges, and that's going to be our journaling spot on the inside. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm getting ready for Easter. We've got the kids and the grandkids coming over tomorrow. So my husband has been baking pies all morning. He made an apple pie from scratch. And it has smelled so good in the house today. Okay, so like that. I'm going to take the glue stick and just glue that down. Get a clean page. And I'm thinking you could probably either put this in a journal because it's going to be relatively flat, even though it's going to have several layers to it. Ooh, this glue is goopy. Or you could use it just as a little gift for somebody, that some happy mail or something like that. I'm also going to do a flip through of my, so you guys don't think I had a squirrel moment, because I'm going to something totally different. I have completed the denim journal, so it is ready to go and will be listed sometime this weekend. I don't want to fold this too much before it gets a little drier. But I do want to go ahead and ink where the fold is. And then we'll leave that flat and let it dry just a little bit before we fold it back up. So while that's drying, we're going to take our first little card and we're going to grungy it up. I'm looking for my oops, I don't see it at the moment, so we're going to use the scissors. I was looking for my little thing that roughens up the paper, but if you don't have one, the edge of your scissors works as well. Okay, let's ink that up. I'm going to do my thing over here so it's closer. I'm going to give it a good wrinkle here and there. And then I'm going to just lightly go over it, and the ink will pick up those creases and give them a nice vintage look. And then I have this, I'm also going to kind of ding the edges. Now, if you don't want to back these, you don't have to. You know, you can just lay them flat on the page, and see, these are finished nicely on the back. They look like postcards. But I'm going to put something on the back to kind of build a border. And what I'm using is this really grungy paper that I have been using, you know, kind of like a clean off page when I'm using my wet textiles. And I'm going to make it just a little bit wider. A little bit longer. Actually, I'm going to tear that just a little bit longer so that I can, and see, that didn't even tear even, and I don't even care. But I do want to tear just a tad off the top. And then I'm going to put that back here. Kind of like that. Let's see, yeah, that'll work. Again, I'm going to take my glue stick. Then I'm going to run my vintage photo over that again, just to kind of pick up those wrinkles. That's that layer. All right, the next layer is this little card, the Ferris wheel on it. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. My scissors and rough up the edges. Oops. Didn't mean to rough it up that much, but that's okay. It'll work. And on this one, I'm going to use walnut stain instead of vintage photo. Just to make it a little different than the other one. again. Gonna really wrinkle it up here. And lightly go across it. Let's do the edges of this paper as well. I got this brown deli paper on Amazon, if you're interested. Craft deli paper. I'm not worried at all about that tear because once I glue it on here, it'll be fine. Just gives it a little more character. Again, I'm going to booger up the edges. Okay, there's that one. So we have that layer, then we have this layer. Yep, like the way that's looking. So now we have this one. All my little pieces we're saving over there to the side. I'll go back to vintage photo this time. And we're gonna wrinkle. And don't be afraid to wrinkle your papers up because paper has no memory, so you can get it flattened back out. And this one I'm actually gonna tear a corner off of. And like I said, you don't have to put this backing on. You can see all these have really pretty backs on them. And I just thought of something I meant to grab and did not. But we'll do that in a minute. Just when you think you have everything. Okay, so that one's gonna go like that. And then the last thing I have, so I don't want that one, I want this one, is this little ticket. It's gonna be our last layer. And I might do this one. I think I'm going to do this one on fabric, but I'm going to, like, grungy this up. I'm going to trim it down some. It doesn't need to be this wide. So if I go here. I may have to use, oh, that's getting pretty grungy looking. Started to say I might have to use walnut stain, but I think it's going to be all right. And I'm going to use the 3-in-1 on this since we're doing on fabric. Okay, and then I have this little guy that I'm gonna put at the top. Okay, so that's all our pieces. So now we'll see if we've got, if we're dry enough over here to fold our card back. And you can see I've bent it up and kind of rolled it as well.
Made the bed again.
Okay. All right, so let's put our layers on. Now, I've given myself 2 options for this. I'll just lay them on here so you can see what we're looking at. All right, so they're going to go on something like this. Now, I have either some Tim Holtz fabric that has tickets on it, which I think would look really cute. Or I also have this Tim Holtz linen tape. But I'm thinking the fabric is going to be the better solution. I think it's going to look better. All right. So all we're going to do is I want to do the back on the back. Or do I want to do on the front? I may have to take the paper off that one side, like here. I may have to cut that. So I can get a smoother. You know what? I think I have this linen tape in the ticket roll. That would be a whole lot easier than trying to glue this. I'm going to pause you for just a second and go see if I don't have that. Okay, I'm back and I do. So that's going to make it a whole lot easier than messing with this fabric. We're going to do it with this tape. This is basically the same thing as the fabric. It's just linen sticky back tape. If I can get it off of the thing. Okay. So there's that one. Right, and for the next one we have this. This one I can move over, so I'm going to leave the paper on the side. All right, and then our third layer. Notice I'm moving them down just a little bit each time. And again, I'm not going to trim that one either because I have room to move it over. Oops. That one stuck to my finger better than it stuck to the paper. And then finally, we have our little ticket. All right, so now we have our little flip outs. Now, because I put these on the back and they don't have a writing surface, now we want to put something on here that will allow you to write on the back side of these as well. So I'm going to take this coffee dyed paper and glue it onto here. And I know you're saying, well, you could have just left the back. Yeah, I could have. You're right. But I wanted the texture of the baker's deli paper to be in between the layers, just to give it a more grungy look. I may have to use some Fabri-Tac on that one because it is going right over the other piece that I put on underneath, and it's not wanting to stick tape to tape. It'll come out. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can find one more piece to get these other two out of. I'm gonna mess up here a little bit. Okay. All right, so we've got there and there and there and there that we can all write on. Now this back is up to you guys. You know, you could put something over that if you wanted to. I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't have a problem with it. All right, and then up here at the top, I've just got some sari silk. I grabbed a couple pieces that I thought would go. I think I'm going to use the black. And then I'm going to use a ball pen and hang one little dangly on there. So now I have a couple of these little flower embellishments, and when I said I forgot something, what I forgot was to write down where I got these. So I will have to link that in the description box for you. But I thought maybe we could use one of these, or a couple of these. I tried to pick out the colors that I thought would go with what we're doing here. And then maybe one, or maybe we just need one big one. I don't like putting that there because it covers up the admit one. I really like the idea of one right there, but I feel like it's too close to this circle. See, this is what happens. What do you guys think? Wish I had a bigger blue one. Because I feel like it needs to be could put it right there over that flower. Not the blue. Not that one. It definitely would have to be this one. I don't mind that. Let's do that. All right, now, and I will link those. Next thing we want to decide is whether we want to do anything on the inside besides what we've done. And also we want to add some crackle with the walnut stain. And I'm also going to add some splatters, which I can't do on camera because my wet stuff is on the other side of the room. But as always, I will take a photo at the end. probably should do some splatters on the back side of those papers as well. Not too much, but just a little bit. Technically, we could add see a place I didn't get the glue good. Let's do that. We could add another flat card on the front. Pin in the glue. Like right here, if we wanted to. Something. Pocket. We can do a pocket. Yeah, let's do that. And just roll in the edge. That fits about perfect. So let's just round the edges. Oh, we can't write on that one. This is from a different paper pack, and I can't remember the name of it. Some leftovers that I had. It was just all in my circus stuff. Let me round the corners first. Where's my rounder? It's still wet. It doesn't want to go in there good. Okay. That probably needs a focal point. I just don't know what at this point. Oh, come on. Do it with the scissors. It'd be easier. All right. So there's that. Can I knock any more things over? I'm sure I can. All right. I think I'm happy with that. And see, it does have some bulk. And of course it's going to flatten out some as it all dries and, you know, gets stored away. But yeah, I'm liking it. And we've got writing space on the back of each of these flaps. And then you've got a journaling card here. And then when you open it up, we have all this writing space here. So plenty of writing space on this little puppy. So I hope you enjoyed that. And now that we're done with that, I will grab my journal up here and we'll do a quick flip through that so that I can get it listed. And we will be done for today. Oh, and I will splatter that, by the way, when we get done. I'll put some black splatters and probably some white as well. And I will take a photo when it dries so you can see the results. All right, so this is it. And we have some Sari silk wrapping it up. It is 8.5 inches by 6 3/4, and it is a 1 3/4 inch spine. The spine is denim, and it has a Midori style binding, and the book cover front and back is an old book that I had. That is the original cover. I didn't do anything to that. The spine did have to be rebuilt, and so it is a new piece. Same with the front cover. It is the original piece, and then I made this book plate to put on top of it, and it has some vintage crochet and lace. It has a pocket off a pair of toddler blue jeans. That's why the pocket is so small. And then I hand stitched all these buttons and these little pieces on there myself. Yes, I sewed. Right, sewed, yeah. Okay, so this is paper. This book paper I got at an antique store, and it is from Italy. It was made in Italy, and you can see the inside of the binding is denim as well. And so we have this little pocket and card there. And I've done some just random stamping and collages. There's a lot of writing space in this one. A lot of this ephemera I made during the December challenge that 49 dragonflies and Luise Heinzl had. So I used a lot of those pieces in here that gave, you know, certain items that you were supposed to use. And so I kind of collected them all through the month of December, and a lot of them are in here because they're not winter themed. So, and I did that intentionally because I knew that I would not use that many pieces that were winter themed. Here we've got just a belly band with some ephemera stuck in. There's tea dyed and ink dyed pages, or coffee dyed pages throughout, and like I said, just random stamping. This one has a postcard here, and that's a Roxy Creations postcard, and then it has just a little piece of paper here with some stickers on it, just an extra little space. This is one of the 4-pocket with the tags. This was inspired by Gail, and you can see this is the middle of the first signature. It has elastic so you can take it out. Another little collage. This is a side tuck. This is a vintage payroll card from 1942. It is authentic. These are our puzzle pieces. I do have a video on how I did these, and this is just a page out of a vintage typewriter instruction book that I've got stuck behind her head there. This is another piece from the December challenge with just the Tim Holtz card in it. It's got a paper ruffle here. And this is from that challenge as well. It's got 2 little tags that stick in the top. German book page behind, and of course Tim Holtz paper dolls. Most all of these the ephemera in here has Tim Holtz paper dolls, because I kind of made that my theme for when I was creating the pieces for the December challenge. So this is just 2 little tags in this little pocket. And then this is a little notebook. It's just got little scrap pieces, all kinds of little scrap pieces of paper in it. It's got a little pocket here with some tickets in it. It's got a faux button, and it's got a little gear and a clock, and a gear here, and not have it just over the top of the page. This is a tag that flips out so that you can write in here. It's got some washi down here. This is another little vintage ledger sheet that I folded up. And it has a little collage on the front and a little pocket to store it in. And I need to glue that down while I see it. Otherwise, I'll forget about it. And that's one of the Tim Holtz backdrop pages that I made that pocket out of. Another one of our puzzle pieces we made. This is a faux button card with just a little Tim Holtz card stuck down in it. And this is a pocket with a little card stuck down in it. It's got a little mini clip and a paper flower with a faux button. This is an envelope that unfolds so that you can write inside. So it's a little kind of like secret writing place, I guess. This is stuck. It's not really stuck, it's hung. Morris paper with a little journaling card. This was taken out of a like a planner that it had all those papers in there, and I kept them. This is one of our little cupcake wrapper paper clips that I did. There is a video for these as well. It was I saw it on Pinterest. It's in that playlist. And I just got a little tag on the back of it. And then this is a tag with a tuck behind it. And y'all may have seen this napkin in my Marguerite Miller challenge yesterday. It's one of my favorites. And I just put a little collage up here of some different kinds of coupons and stamps. And it just has a vintage book page stuck in there. And this one we have just a card in there, Tim Holtz card. This guy reminds me of Charlie Chaplin. And then here we have 2 little pockets that I just stuck some little tags down in. And just a collage here. And this is a belly band with some German book page behind it. And then this is the back, and is a stuffed pocket. It has all kinds of ephemera in it that you can use, you know, wherever you want to in the journal, or leave it in there, whatever you guys want to do with it. It's just got several little pieces in there. and it has a clip holding this number up at the top. So that's it. Like I said, I'll be listing it later. And if you have any questions about it, please feel free to leave me a message on Etsy, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. The one bad thing about Etsy is that they are very limited for journalists. They allow 10 pictures, but a lot of times if you have, you know, any decent sized journal, it's hard to get everything in 10 pictures. So, you know, I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have about it. And that's all I have today. I hope everybody has a wonderful Easter tomorrow. And I'll keep my fingers crossed that it doesn't rain. It's supposed to rain here, but it's supposed to be later in the day. So I hope hopefully we'll get our egg hunt in before it starts to rain. And I hope you guys do the same. And I will see you on Tuesday. Bye.